I don't really know how to say this because the truth is, I've just been really busy. As many of you know, last year I was really ill with my health and I spent a lot of 2022 looking into treatments, doing lots of research, and amazingly I found something that worked for me, and my health has been the best it's been for years. So did I do the sensible thing and carry on resting and pacing and taking care of myself? Nope, of course not. I signed up to do all the things I've wanted to do but haven't been able to over the past few years, all at once. So I bought myself a ticket to go to the Prior Retire Victorian Ball in Bath. Now, I didn't have a Victorian costume that I could wear for this event, so I had to make literally everything from the skin out for this event, which happened at the end of April. I very quickly realised that I couldn't sew at the rate I needed to sew and edit at the same time. You know, normally I sort of do a little bit of sewing and a little bit of editing, and that's how I pace my sort of YouTube life, but I had to just sew. So that's part of the reason why there's been such a break on this channel. I also signed up to my local amateur dramatics or community theatre society. You may not know this about me, I'm a theatre kid. I love musicals. And so I signed up hoping that maybe I might be able to do some performing with this company. And I was able to do some performing. They wrote me a little part into the sort of ensemble so that I could sit down in every scene. But I also ended up costuming the entire show, which was a 33 strong cast for a full-scale musical with at least 3 costumes each. And because people who were interested in costuming or know anything about history of fashion or anything like that are few and far between where I live in the rural countryside, I also ended up helping out another society with their costumes for their next production. Not only was I trying to be in a musical for the first time in 10 years, I was also costuming a show on my own for the first time in at least 6 years, and I was also helping costume another show. As if that wasn't enough, I also booked to go on my first foreign holiday since before I got ill. Did I decide to start small, you know, weekend away, somewhere relatively close to home, you know, northern France, maybe, Paris? Nope, I went on a 2-week cruise of the Canary Islands with my family. Now, okay, there is a logic there, because part of the appeal of going on a cruise was not having to deal with an airport or an aeroplane, and whereas if you're in a car or on a train, if you start to feel unwell, if you're on a cruise ship, you have a bed. So it actually did really work for me in my particular circumstances. It was also incredibly accessible. I could take my wheelchair and I got to see a whole load of places I've always wanted to see. I went to Madeira, I went to Cadiz, so many beautiful places. But yeah, that was quite intense. And I don't regret it at all. It was absolutely worth it, worth every penny, worth every spoon. But that does mean it's now been 3 months since you've heard anything from me, seen anything from me. I'd first of all like to say thank you for all your kind messages. I have finally sort of logged back into YouTube and Ko-fi after a very prolonged break and seen many kind messages and things that you've sent me checking on me. I hope this makes up for it. I hope this update reassures you I'm doing okay, I promise. And there is lots of exciting things still to come on this channel. I'm still stash busting. Admittedly, I kind of went off the rails a little bit, but I'll explain more about that in the stash busting video. I also have all these Victorian 1840s videos about the ball in Bath and how I made everything for that. There is a lot of footage. My hard drive is full of footage of me sewing for the 1840s ball, so if you're interested in historical costuming, that should be coming your way soon. I haven't forgotten about my 1940s suit, which I also have promised you this year. That one, however, is on hold for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I really cannot bring myself to sew a wool crepe suit. It's currently 30 degrees this week in Britain, so that one might have to wait until the weather cools down. Also, I have no idea whether that toile still fits me. It's been so long. So we might have to pick that series up with another round of fittings rather than just cutting the fabric straight away, but that'll be fine. So by the time I've gotten through all the 1840s ball videos, it will probably be cool enough that I can start working on the 1940 suit again. But that does mean I might not get round to making my 1605 witch this year, which was my other big sewing project I wanted to tackle this year. It's been so long, I can't remember. There'll be a card to my plans for the year video. This has been quite a nice sort of halfway through the year review of my goals. Some of them I'm doing better with than others, shall we say. But I'm just sorry I left you for so long, really. I have really missed YouTube. I've really missed sort of engaging with you all. I also, in that goals video, talked about starting a Patreon. Hasn't happened. So I've got some other sort of businessy things I want to tackle and evolve this year. You know, I sort of have come to realise that I like this as a job and I want to make it a bit more sustainable for myself, and I should start being a bit more professional and have like an official website and an email address, things like that. So of course all of this is still dependent on energy and my health. While I am doing much better, you know, I was starting at quite a low point, so I've kind of gone from severe back to moderate, how we talk about ME. So, you know, don't expect a miraculous recovery. Probably not that much is going to change. I'm not going to suddenly start churning out videos once a week and making Victorian dresses in a day or whatever. No, it's still going to be the chilled pace, honest representation of living with chronic illness that Retro Claude has become. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you'll stick around. Again, thanks for all your words of support. I hope you all are doing well. Give me an update in the comments. Let me know what you've been working on over the last 3 months. How's your stash busting going? Did you come to the ball? Did I meet you at the ball? It was quite foggy at the time. So, you know, reintroduce yourself if we did meet at the ball. But I'm really looking forward to sharing everything I've made so far this year with you. And here's to the next 6 months. Thanks for watching. See you next time.